I'm Jackson Vesely, the program director and president of Impact Gold Softball. My dad was a baseball player. He played in college, and then after college, he started playing fast pitch, like in a men's league. So then I started playing at 4. So I've been playing since I was 4 years old. My mom passed away, and so I moved home to be with my family, and that's what the family did was softball. So I started coaching softball, and then I got offered a volunteer position in college, and then I ended up meeting my wife, and I decided to not coach in college and went back to run Impact Gold. Actually, that was all KC. He decided in 2012, after my mom passed, he wanted to kind of go and do it more, and so he started adding younger teams so that he could work with them before they got up to him, and he thought the process was really important, so he worked really hard at actually one of the first teams he picked up was Cheyenne Mata, who's now coaching with him at 18U, but he picked them up at 10U, and he started working with them at 10U and then tried to help them develop up, and then the rest is history. Don't get in your feelings. Like, half of the people are going to like what you do, half the people are going to hate what you do, and the other third don't care. So don't get in your feelings, but also try to think with some empathy. Try to think as a parent, or try to think as the player. Try to use your empathy to run your org. It's been tough. It's been definitely different. Technology's had to play a big part of it, but it's also just been really tough to see the full player. I think that you've only been able to recruit off results. And so we went from telling them, hey, be full people, when you get out, don't worry, when you do this, try to still be a good teammate, to I need results, because that's all a coach can see off the camera is the results. So it's just kind of been a little bit of reprogramming, but hopefully we'll be back out to normal recruiting this summer. Patience. I always tell them, your scholarship may not look like you thought it was going to look, and it may not come when you thought it was going to come, but it's going to happen at some point. And trying to realize that this is going to just be one part of the story. This is a terrible year for 22s. They've had a hard road, but this will just be one part. By the time they get to college, they won't even remember that this year was so horrible. So just some patience, So I was really excited about it because we didn't know what to do, right? So COVID had started canceling some things, and so we're like, what are we going to do? How are we going to play? How are we going to get our athletes together? And so I talked to Scott, we talked Smith, and we talked to Kevin Sheldon, and we kind of discussed some friendlies. That's where it started, was okay, we're going to run some friendlies. And then the next week it became okay, we're going to run friendlies with these 3 clubs. And then the next week, we're going to run friendlies with 5 clubs. And then, okay, we're going to open this up to everyone. I did think Scott had a really good point about allowing all teams to have an opportunity. That was something I thought was really special, was everyone started from 0, and we were going to play for the chance to be in the top areas. So I thought that was really smart. And I was nervous how it was going to work because coaches weren't going to be there already. So it was okay, we got to play the best team, so coaches will watch I was kind of nervous about it, but it all flowed well. I think that the coaches trusted us, and we kind of learned on the fly, but I think it went really well. I think the TFL this summer was a model of kind of how hopefully the rest of the FLs work through their next seasons. Our families felt so excited that they got to play without burning their bank accounts. They were struggling with not just money, but okay, how long is this going to last? How long are we going to be in our houses? How long am I going to not be able to make maybe my full salary or my full benefits or whatever? So it was kind of a solution for now without the uncertainty of the future. And so they were really forever indebted, a lot of parents said, because they felt like their kids got to have some normalcy, but it didn't send them, into bankruptcy to try to play this summer. I kind of hope it becomes kind of like a mini NFCA that is really geared just for travel ball. I think the NFCA is great. I think it does a really good job for college, but I think it doesn't represent the travel ball scene very well. So my hope is that Alliance is that, to where coaches, get to vote and get to have their say in what the sport is going to do next, and maybe change rules that are not really geared toward us. I kind of hope that, like, you know, eventually we'll have conventions and we'll have learning opportunities where people can grow from a 10U coach all the way up. Because people don't give travel ball coaches a lot of credit. But we have the kids since they were 8 or 9 years old all the way to their 18. So that's 10 years of their life that they're listening to this voice. So I hope we can kind of make sure that voice is cohesive and that the kids are getting better.